Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Sim 17. We are here on the World Challenge map. And, oh, moo yourself. We've, been a busy little farmer since last we met. Yes, indeed I have. I have, well, cut a second field and planted corn. I have, got our meadow. Well, our meadow isn't ready. I've done a first cutting of grass, but I need to, well, do it up properly. I need to clean the cows. That's what I'm doing here. This is that little, it's from that small tools or whatever they call it pack that was on the other map that we were doing there. So I thought it would make great for the Hofburgen. I thought it would do really well for an implement for taking care of things exactly like this. Move. There's a speed bump in the concrete, man. Right there. Oh, what are you doing? Ah! Oh, it's okay. I guess it was going in the trough. It's, my mouse tilted a little funny here. To move it in one direction, and moved it in two directions. There we go. We'll just throw the rest of that in there. Beautiful. So, as I say, I have got our meadow all cut out, and I have done the first grass cutting. That's a little bit loud. Ooh, that's a little bit quiet. There we go. Oop. Don't really need a chainsaw there, guys. Alright, that should take care of the cows. Now, they are producing milk, which is a wonderful thing. I'm going to have to, I think at some point, get that universal tanker pack that we all love to use. Because that's going to make moving a lot of the liquids around a little, easier. Wrong key. And I do have another reason for that, as we shall see very, very shortly. So we're going to take my little styro hamster here. Love the name of this thing, that's great. And this is on the mod hub, by the way. It's old forager pack or something like that. But yeah, you can see I've still got some grass in it, but that's okay. So let's head down to my designated meadow, and I'll show you what else I've done. I've put this facility in, and this will allow us, lovely enough, to turn grass not only into silage, but even more importantly for me, yes, the other product this particular plant produces is digestate, and I need digestate. That's it was the whole thing behind why I'd put that biogas plant on the farm and all of that stuff. Was I need something to produce digestate, because the biogas factory that I have, that we're going to rely on for fuel in another not terribly long time by the look of things, relies on digestate. The BGA in town, basically all they do is buy silage. They don't produce any side products. Yeah, so man, the shadows out here this morning, it's making it really hard to see these grass rows. Can we do any better? Not really, eh? It's just, wow. The only problem with this one is you get that darn exhaust sticking right up out of the snout there. And it is rather obtrusive, I'm afraid, where they put it. Rather obtrusive indeed. Now, as soon as I get whatever we've got on here for grass, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to be all that fussy about it. What I'm going to do, of course, is do a proper job of this thing. I'm going to plow it, and then we'll plant actual grass, as opposed to this wild field grass, which is fine. It's just, of course, it doesn't really yield, you know, the bottom size of a banana. So... You'll notice this forage wagon has the ability to have a silage additive and the ability to change the blades on the grass cutter. So I'm not bothering with the silage additive because we do have that unit right across the dirt there, which should take care of all of that quite nicely. But we're really not getting all that great of turning radius. Oh, there is another line of grass here. Okay. It's really hard to see the grass in this fog. But, yeah, I don't need the silage additive, but we are going to have to change the blades when they finally wear down. Now, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be cutting it to chaff or what, but it is a thing that comes here. And, of course, being me, I did have to add those options. Whether I knew what the heck to do with them or not. Yes, indeed. I'm missing a little bit of it, but... As I said, I'm not that terribly concerned. I'm just going to get it cleared up so that we can make it into a real one. Which is not to say I'm going to let it all go to waste, of course. Man, the light makes it difficult to see anything down here. The rest, and then I'll show you what else we've been up to. I said I have put a second field in. It's not huge, but I figured we not only needed the diversity, but, you know, this is a farm after all. And getting all of this production stuff for the city and all of that is all fine and dandy, but it's in the long run going to turn around to bite us, because all we're going to end up doing is running back and forth, basically working for the city. And I don't want to be doing that. I came out here to work my farm. Okay, I'm sure there's just tons of it here, but yeah. I've ceased to really be concerned. Alright. Yeah, I'm just going to come out here with the plow and put a proper one in. In the meantime, hey. Finally, gonna get to start producing that magic ingredient. So if we look here, let's bring our huddly-dud up. Somewhere there is a thing. Here we go. See, we can put grass in, we get digestate and silage out. So, pretty nice. Dangerous nitrogen dioxide system active, operational. Okay, cool. Pretty fancy looking, isn't it? Wow. And there's the mods support. GTXmods.com. So there you are. Those are the fine folk that made this particular treat. Awesome. So now, once that starts to pay off, Yeah. There's always a way. Alright, let's drop this off and then head out to the main farm. So, I kind of got stuck. The reason the field isn't quite as big as I originally planned, I kid you not, I ran out of places to put trees. In so much as the chipping plant, not only is the chip storage full, but the actual log thing is only, well, a couple of branches away. I kid you not, I tried to drop a 6-foot log in there and it was too much, it wouldn't take it. So it's only a couple of branches away from being full. I've got several piles of logs around. There's one at the end of the meadow that I need to deal with. There's one down at the right across from the chip maker. And then I've got a huge, like right there, that's a pretty big bundle of logs. And then I've got the actual holding rack at the chip maker is darn near full as well. So yeah, I have not been slack. The extra money, however, from selling off, because I did try for a while, I actually did, to try and keep up by selling trailers of wood chips. Ooh, that's a nasty looking cloud. So here we go. See, we've got a little field of corn. I said it's not huge. You know, it goes back to here. Alright. So there you go. And I am going to end up having to knock more of these trees down. It's just, well, like I said, when we actually go and look at what's going on, well, I've still got this here from clearing our industrial area. Yeah, I've got all of this, and this is some pretty big loggage here. I mean, these aren't little sticks, right? These are the big guys. This thing is, well, 1,700 and change away from being completely full. That is completely full, so is the trailer. So yeah, I've been a fairly busy fella. I have once again changed things up here. This is a little bit different animal again. So what does this do? Well, this is a separator. And what this is going to do for us is, I'll just show you here on the hood. There you go. We can put straw in here. And what it's going to do is make liquid manure and manure. So, yes. Also, on the, I think this is going to be of more value to me in the long run than having something that's just going to produce a bit of money. Right? So yeah, this is the animal to go with. And speaking of producing manure, the wood chips that I was selling got me some money, and that big field that's kind of strange, it's got bits and pieces of old crops, and there's some wither in it, and weeds, and, you know, where I practice with plows and stuff. That apparently belongs to a fellow that used to do farming up here. And he mostly used that for grass. He did do a few grain crops just to make some sales to the cities, but he mostly used it for grass because he was a dairy farmer. And I bought what was left of his herd. So we've gone from 20 to, or whatever the heck we had before. At any rate, I think we now have 45 cattle in total. So pretty, I guess they're cows, aren't they? I think cattle is a beef thing, isn't it? I don't know. They're all cows to me, unless they have horns, then they're like mean cows. But there's that. So yeah, we've got like 45 cows, so we should be starting to see a little bit of production in manure, which is good, because again, I need that. We're going to be turning that into wonderful, wonderful products. So there you go. That's sort of what the heck I have been up to. Yes, indeed. So, now, I think what I'll do here this morning, as we wait for the fog to lift, is I'm going to grab our beautiful Dutz tractor. Roar. And you are attached. Ah, good, you are. So all of this grass here, I've got to move out to that silo. These are empty. The tanks for our veggie stands. Yeah, it started getting away on me again. So when it started running low on water, I thought, you know what? Well, let's just let it this time. So I have. Once I've gotten rid of the stock of veggies I've got sitting there on our porch, well, then we'll go back to it. Alright. We need to get this thing going. It's going to be fairly easy. Just water and poop, and we've actually produced enough poop now, so... Oh boy. I'm not getting anything. I'm pretty sure that would take water. At least you would think so, wouldn't you? Hopefully it doesn't take like liquid fertilizer or something. Because I don't currently have any way of moving liquid fertilizer around. Huh. Well, that's not so good. I have a feeling what we've probably got here is this is going to require that universal guy. Interesting. So, I don't currently have that pack installed, unfortunately. So, yeah. Who knew? Alright. Well, then we may as well. I've already done the cows. That's weird. Am I... Oh, please don't tell me it's something as dumb as this again. Oh, yeah. Because I put the front loader on it, it was defaulting to something other than what I was used to. So before I dump it all in there, let's just go and check. Let us just go and check out. Ah, yeah. That's what I thought. Let's get that hose hooked up. Click. Ooh. Looky, looky, looky. This is supposed to be some kind of medicine. Weird. That's some strange looking stuff, isn't it? I don't know what those are. Medicinal plants. Okay, well, yeah. You go, dude. You go. How are we doing here? Oh, you're just gonna suck it all up, aren't you? And that's fine. Alright, well. Apparently I spilled a liter on the ground, hooking the hoses up. That's okay. Alright, let's get you back up the hill, shall we? Okay. Next step, we're just quickly going to zip out to the cow farm. And grab ourselves a fine, fine bucket of poo. Get our meds growing, man. nice. I'm sure that's not going to fill it, but it's certainly going to be a great start. Whoops. A little bit nose heavy. Turns nice and easy. Speedy little sucker too. I really like this. This is nice. This little Dude's tractor. I've always liked the Dude's tractors. So, those and the old Schluters, those are pretty cool. And then I'm going to have to start running more wood chips out so I can start getting rid of some of these logs. If nothing else, I think I may be starting to stack an awful lot of objects on the map. You know? I don't know if that's what I want to be doing. There we go. Alright. And, check it out. We are starting to produce 4% of our first pallet. Okay. I think I may need the bigger tractor for this. I'm not sure. Let's try this guy. I know he's got good horsepower. Should be fine. See how it does. Well, you know it's there, but doesn't seem to be that much of an issue. Alright. Let's go maketh money. And yeah, I offered to buy out that old field. And I guess the city put him into a position where he ended up, and I do mean put him in a position as opposed to him just being slack at it, but actually put him in a position where his land tax, oh, I forgot where it's, this field here, right? Put him in a position where his back taxes got so great that they seized the field. Yeah. And they did it because at the time they had a contract that was bringing them in silage and grass. And rather than have him grow his own whenever he needed it, like he'd rotate the field. He'd run a crop of hay through it, and then he'd plant a crop and run a crop through it. And I guess they thought that was working too well for him. So yeah, they ended up snapping his profits by selling the same product at a lower price, and then when he got into arrears, well, they did that. They seized the field, figuring that would force him to, you know, just go, well, I guess I'll have to buy my grass and my silage from you guys, you know, and much like the rest of us, just sort of scrounge the little bits up that you can here and there. And, yeah. Didn't work out very well. He wasn't terribly impressed with the whole thing, and went up to them one day and said, well, you know what? I'm done. You can seize the field. That makes us even completely on anything owed, and I guess he sold the rest of his property. And the only thing still left was, as I say, some cattle, which I gladly took off his hands. So yeah, the city owns that. I don't know what they're going to do with it. It's kind of a eyesore. I'm sure at some point they'll try and sell it to me. You know, or who knows? Maybe the fellow that bought the other farmer's property will end up using it, like buying it back out from the city. And I don't know what's owing on the taxes. I did not inquire. But there you go. This field here, I guess, is a similar story. It's now a part of the city. So, don't know. But that section down there, we got that, you can't even see it in the fog, but of course our noodle factory is way out there at the end. head back here and grab myself another big chunk of chip. Something else I have to pick up very soon is the trailer for the honey, because I can move the pellets from beehives down here obviously easily enough. In fact, I think I'll go grab one. Yeah, I can do that easily enough, but what I can't do is move it from this factory to the other one. So let's take our little buddy here. Boy, that's a slow fill, eh? Look at that. I'm still, I hope it doesn't just keep doing that because I get out of the tractor. There are little weird things that go on with this game. No, it's still counting it. So, nice. There we go. Should be pretty much full. It is. Okay. Let's get back on with what we was doing. This, of course, isn't the fastest piece of machinery in the world. Then again, a tow motor's not supposed to be. I have actually driven this pretty much, yep, I think pretty much the exact same machine. Although mine had a propane tank there. It was propane powered. I assume this one is diesel. Yeah, straight up diesel. Yeah, no, ours ran on propane. So, I mean, they ran on, you know, propane powered engines, just as these run on propane powered, or on diesel powered engines. Alright, here we go. Okay, I don't think I'm quite. There we go. Yourselves. Just take it easy. One thing these little guys don't have. Ow. Suspension of pretty much any kind. Yeah, they are absolute butt breakers, let me tell you. Now, good thing most of the time we drove them on smooth surfaces. Although, I did actually drive one into the ocean one day. Someone had been doing maintenance on the docks and had left an access hatch panel off of the top of a gas fitting. And, well, it was only about a 1 foot drop before it actually hit the top of the gas fitting. But, yep, I had a full load on, and I was zipping down the dock. The front wheel dropped into there, and first time I've ever managed, but I did a front flip in a tow motor. Into the chuck. Now, I don't remember which of these. There we go. Yep, front flipped it into the chuck. So, that was not a good day. However, luckily that we were running an entire string of them. Like I think there was 8 of us working that day. We were unloading a ship. And of course, because they pay such large dollars for every minute they sit in a port, you do it as quick as you can. So basically every tow motor driver in the mill gets called down to the dock. And so yeah, the next guy behind me went skidding to a stop, and As I surfaced, he was just looking out over the edge of the dock. I mean, it was a good 20-foot drop. You know, just one of those things. I just happened to get away with not getting killed. So, yeah, I guess they figured I was pretty much a goner. But no, I popped back up and then realized it was one of those docks that doesn't actually have a ladder. I ended up having to swim all a bloody way down to the other end of the thing, where there was a way out. So that was not as much fun as one might imagine. But yeah, of course, as soon as they saw what had caused it, I was not in the poop, because they were not impressed when I first went off, let me tell you. I mean, everybody figured, because we really race around on those things, like, you know, that's the whole idea, right, is to get it done as quickly as you possibly can. So they figured I'd just lost control and endoed it, but nope. Once they saw that missing hatch cover, I was okay. So, and they did eventually bring in a crane dredge and fetch it from the bottom of the chuck. It was a good 40 feet underwater. So yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't a Toyota. I think it was made by Hyatt, something like that. Maybe Hyatt? That rings a bell. I was thinking Hilux, but no, that's an old truck I had. But yeah. So there we go, guys. I think that's going to do it for this episode. As I said, I've been putting a lot of effort into this particular map off screen, because I don't want it to get to a point where things are progressing so I've driven into the wall. Progressing at a slow rate that people are losing interest. Because so far you guys are still seem keen enough on the map, and that's cool. That's really cool. So, man, look at that. We got things producing things where there wasn't even things before. So, there you go, folks. Hope everybody enjoyed the episode. If you did, well, please hit the like button. Lots of comments, lots of, lots of interactions. Always nice. Take care, guys. We'll see you the next time.